Welcome to another episode of Higomig, how I got over my Instagram girlfriend, where today we are talking about, are women actually becoming desperate? The answer to that question is yes, they are, because there's a woman who's turning 21 every single day, just like there's a woman who's turning 40 or 45. We all know women lie about their age, but the thing is, that wall is not a lie, and we all run into it at some point in time, which means our looks eventually start, and we have to start relying on different things. When they have conversations with their homegirls that are married, or their girlfriends that are in situationships with a boyfriend, and they realize, damn, I'm at home sipping this wine by myself, things start to hit a little bit different. Especially when hot girl summer is over, especially when it's time to snuggle up and cuddle up because the winter is coming. Consistency is very important. If you don't believe me, just look at the women who actually have boyfriends and husbands. That level of consistency actually helps them to prepare for life and do the things that they want to do. But just like everybody, we get tired of the same routine. Dating, oh my gosh, for women, dating seems like it's so much fun until that woman realizes that, hey, that guy isn't actually yours. Because on those couples days like Valentine's Day, or when people are planning couples trips, guess what? That guy is busy because you're probably the side chick and he has a main chick, or maybe he just doesn't have that time to give you. That's when you actually get reminded of, damn, this would be a good time to actually have a boyfriend, or in other cases, a husband. But women have to treat men a lot better. And that's a two-way street. I don't want the women out there to think that, oh my gosh, I'm just getting on the women, because I could be the first person to tell you that if a woman is not doing what I need her to do for me, if she's not spoiling me in the way that she can spoil me, then we're going to have issues, because women have kind of forgotten that there's a very important dynamic. Fathers and daughters have a really special relationship, just like mothers and sons have a very unique and special relationship. But guess what? The older, meaning the father or the mother, usually is the one to spoil the son or the daughter. So why do women feel like that they don't have to spoil their men? Now, when I say spoil their men, it could be with money, but it could be with other things. Trust me, women, you guys are very intelligent, very crafty. You guys are good at things we are not good at. And we are good at things that you are not good at. For those of you who say, oh no, women are not desperate, we out here, we living it up. Okay, cool, fine. So that means you like sharing men, because well, we should all know by this time that all of the women want the same man. Why do they want the same man? Because he has money, resources, and he has the opportunity to be able to do things that all the other women want to do. Plus, he probably has some type of swag. But guess what? Not all rich men, not all wealthy men have that type of personality where they're trying to please a woman. All they're really trying to do is get to a certain destination and do what they have to do. Some of them are called nerds. Some of them are called weird or strange. But guess what? Those are the ones with the most money. For those of you who say women are not desperate, that means they are enjoying this hookup culture. Because guess what? We got social media that has plenty of apps with girls who are doing nothing but wearing bras and panties, or they're calling them swimsuits or lingerie. And guess what? I'm a man. I like to look. So I'm not here saying anything negative about women who do that, except for when I now see them crying. See, I have a story of this 42-year-old woman who was very successful. She started a tax business. She told me she was making upwards of $500,000 in revenue, and she put some money into the stock market. She was asked to speak to younger women, and what I kept telling her is, man, you should have told them everything. Told them about the money, told them how you got there, not just, oh well, men want you for this and women want to do this, right? I mean, that's a basic dynamic that we all understand, that hey, we all have sexual organs, and our biology attracts us to each other, whether we realize it or not. So what I was trying to get her to understand is she was an older woman. You gotta tell them everything. Don't leave out the fact that you feel lonely. You're 40. You're 42. Now you feel lonely that you have to sip on the wine by yourself as you live in your big house. Tell them how sad that makes you, because I can see how teary-eyed you're actually getting. See, she thought that me talking about the podcast was me telling her that, oh my gosh, I'm still in love with my ex. So that made her think like, oh, well, I'm not gonna give him a chance because he might just go back to his ex. But I'm looking at her and saying, damn, every time you talk about how lonely you are, or every single time you talk about what you have, you also follow that up with what you don't have, which is a man. And that man that you can come home to. Women will go out here and they will talk to men who have money. But just like my ex revealed this to me. They don't always respect those men. And a lot of the times, they're not even attracted to those guys. So those guys are actually being used. But guess what? That's a two-way street, because the man is getting what he wants, just like the woman is getting what she wants. So that's somewhat of an even exchange, except that woman eventually is going to realize this is not my man, and I want my own man. But now I'm looking and saying, well, damn, do you realize all the imprints that he's left on you? Because a regular guy is not going to be able to take you out on trips. A regular guy is not going to be able to just up and do some of the things that this wealthy guy was doing. But guess what? You don't have respect for the regular guy anymore. So now you really, really have to get in the habit or be happy with sharing it. Women say, oh, well, shoot, I love traveling. I love especially traveling by myself. Well, that's not necessarily true either, because the women that I've spoken to, they definitely wanted to be in pictures with a man, with their man, right? They wanted to be on a trip with a man, especially a man that is theirs, because now the trip is just a little more fun. It's just a little more enjoyable. I went to a jazz festival and I said, man, you know what? I'm definitely out of this age group. Like, these people are, older than me. But this would have been super fun and super romantic if I would have had a date. So what I'm trying to get people to understand and see is that some things that you do will actually be much better if you are in a relationship. But now you gotta work to actually keep it a happy relationship. And trust me, it does take work. Women say, oh my gosh, yes, I love dating. Dating is so great. It's so amazing. Yeah, but what women are starting to realize, or at least the ones that are waking up, is they're starting to realize that dating does not mean loyalty. I'm sorry. You are sharing a man, because the type of man that has the finances, the height, and whatever else that you're looking for, so are all of them. They do not have the same morals that you may have. So now that we understand both sides of the argument, and this was heavily towards, yes, women are becoming desperate, let's go ahead and let's go over the problems. The main problem that women have and that we have as men is we think we have a lot of options when we actually really don't. We actually want the things that we don't have. So if you're in a relationship, you probably want to get out of the relationship because you want to experience what's going on in the dating market. But if you're single, then you want a relationship because you want all the securities and all of the comforts that come with being in a relationship. So you really have to elevate to a certain point where you realize it's about growth. It's about doing something different. It's about progress. So once you get those types of things in your mind, you can actually escape the problem altogether. Solution. The solution I will always give people is do things that make you happy. Do things that actually put a real smile on your face. When you laugh, you're laughing from your gut. You laughing from your stomach. Those are the things you actually really want to focus on, whether that's going to comedy shows. A lot of people, I would say most people, love to laugh. So you're probably going to want to go on a date to those type of places unless you're having girls' nights out. And if you're having girls' nights out, well, hopefully all of the women aren't looking at the same guy, because usually only one girl gets the guy. And now we get to the most important part of this video, which is the solution. The solution is reinvent yourself. Now we get to the most important part of this video, which is to reinvent yourself. There's a new day, which means, hey, there's time and there's time and opportunity to change. Next, I'm always going to recommend therapy.
On my way, y'all. On my way. First session.
But when you do go to therapy and you do hire a therapist, your intention has to be, I'm doing this to improve myself, to get better, to overcome whatever challenges I had in my life. I'm going to therapy to actually help myself. And then I'll give you guys just a few statements that you can actually say to yourself throughout your day. One is, man is what he makes himself. So make yourself into something great. I'm great, and I've made myself into something great. I want more, so I demand more of myself. I'm going to accomplish all the goals that I set for myself, and I'm going to break them down into small steps so that I can actually get them done. That is an affirmation that you can definitely use, and it will give you results because it requires you to actually get up, get out, and go do something. So with all that being said, I want to know, how do you guys feel about this topic? Do you feel like women are desperate, or do you feel like women are just living their lives? Let me know down in the comments. Other than that, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.